Hello, buddy. Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Now, in the last episode, we did the trust episodes, and now we're going to do the understanding episodes. It left off with a cliffhanger of after Sayori crying her eyes out and being like, I want to kill my... Oh, wait, I probably shouldn't say that the 5 seconds into the video. I want to game end myself. As someone walked in through the door, and then we don't know who it is, but it's pretty obvious. There's only like 2 other suspects. And it's right there on the screen. So, let's go. Recording this right after the other one. Probably not a smart idea, but we're just going to do it so I have something just in case I can't record the next one. The club meeting is silently interrupted by the sound of the doors causing Monica and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. I'm sorry. Eyes widely recognizes the girl. Or Sayori's eyes widen. What did I say earlier? Recognizes the girl. He's very conspicuous. He's very conspicuously mouths to Monica. It's her! It's the girl! It's true. The girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayori had came across reading alone in the classroom. Thanks to Monica leaving the flyer on her desk, she seems to have found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club, any chance? What voice did I give Yuri? I think it was like... I think back then, I say, it was like a month ago or something. I gave it a deep voice that was kind of quiet, but because of sometimes the audio was a bit louder than me, you could barely hear what I was saying, which I noticed, and I was like, ooh, and then I changed the gain, but made me louder, but then I forgot to change. A lot of problems. A lot of audio problems back then, but I think I got it now, so hopefully you can hear me, but if not, I'll fix it again. Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please come inside. The girl finally steps in the club, but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sayori continues to fail, continuing her excitement. It's happening! Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monica, and this is Sayori, and we run the literature club, even though it's just us so far. But what's your name, by the way? I'll like to join your club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone is welcome. You don't have to be good enough. What do you want to have a seat? We'll love to get to know you. The girls nod, sliding over a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori, and this is Monica. Sayori, I said that. Slaps backhead. Nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like books? Yuri's like, a little more than that. Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy is cool. Yes. Have you heard of the Annabella Del Point? I think the Del Pount. I don't know. Fucking I think I got that right. It's not pound or point because there was to be an I there. I can't say I have. Oh, well, she's my favorite author. I'm on her 5th book, and it's just... Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. Like this? Her knuckles against her cheeks in joy? I don't know what the fuck does that mean. You can borrow my books. I wouldn't mind. Just don't bunny ear fold. It's annoying as fuck. You're really in for an incredible experience. Monica stammers, caught completely off guard by Yuri's taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'll love to. It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy I found this. Oh, like knuckles like this, probably. Like, oh, well, then it said into cheeks. I'm so happy I found this club. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left my books in the other locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You probably only need to bring one for now. Sayori nervously says that, noting to herself she considers her considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on the desk. True. Okay, I'll get the first one then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monica and Sayori silently exchanging glances. Oh my gosh. Or oh my god, I was not prepared for that. She's a weirdo. I bet she likes the anime. How do I handle someone so intense? I have like no experience with fantasy, except maybe stuff like that I read when I was like a kid, but that's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'll be fine. Just word the story a bit differently. Maybe she'll think it's advanced. Like mythical tree gives man wishes 3. The Giving Tree is the actual title, but she won't know that if you make it sound complicated as fuck. I'm sure that's actually what I used to do back then when someone asked me if I read it. They got like kind of like intimate with it. They're like, "Oh, have you read like Stephen King and this and that big?" And I just thought of like Cat in the Hat. I was like, "Oh, I just worded it really strangely." And they're like, "Oh, I never heard of that one." I was like, "I have to get the book later." I never talked to them again. That's probably fucked up to say, but it was my honest way of being like, how do I get out of this, but not also make myself look like an idiot? Should have just been honest. That's the problem being a kid in school, is that you're just trying to lie to fit in. So when somebody talks to you, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm peer pressure. In fact, I think it's neat that we have a different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yes. Or, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is her only interest? Doesn't it kind of seem that, Monica, don't you think you should be more optimistic? Also, you shouldn't judge. She's literally the 3rd person in here. You have no room to complain. You selfish bitch. We have a new club member. That shouldn't be, there shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hastily. I just got really anxious, anxious all of a sudden. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. Oh, what the heck? It's kind of scary when you can point things out like that, Sayori. It's just like, I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'll probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with my minister stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice, I'm probably going to need all the time I can get. She taps her finger against the dauntingly chunky, I don't know why I said chalkboard, chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breathes are slightly heavy, which, compared with her short time gone, indicates she must have ran at least part of the way. I can't see Yuri running. And if I do, I just think of like the meme of someone being like... I guess it would be empty hallways, so... She makes her way back over to Sayori and sets the book down on the desk. Just as Sayori feared, the book Yuri brought for her is just about equal in size to the one already on Yuri's desk. Sorry, stop being a little coward. I managed to read 2.5 of the Harry Potter books for book projects. And I'm glad that I never got to finish them because the school ended. And I was like, fuck this. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There are some things that that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe. So I'm going over those would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. It's like the MCU. That's an easier way of explaining it to you. Do you know movies? Oh, you don't? It's like comic... Sorry, nervously injects. Well, I was thinking that maybe today we can just get to know each other a little bit more. You know, I think like if we're gonna be reading together, then I would like that. From across the room, Monica smiles and nods at Sayori while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down and looks at the book, looks at her book, and then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. Damn, that's literally like the silent, like, fuck you, you ignored me. Damn. Plus, if you're reading the first part of a book, you shouldn't be told what the fuck's the book about, because it's the first one. If there's some confusion, and it's a good book, then you would want to read the others. You wouldn't want someone to explain it because there would be no interest or enjoyment of reading the other books. So, what made you decide you wanted to join this club? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because Yuri glances at Monica. Monica came into my classroom, put a flyer on my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head into herself. I was so stupid. I got too nervous. I couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days just to come here because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was, but I decided that was probably irrational. What? No, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad interrupting you that I just walked out. I was actually hoping that you would come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario, which is pretty normal. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reason too, such as being too many people. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of new people at once. So it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. Thank you so much for being so dumb. I definitely came at the right time. Ah, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. So hard to find others who are into the same thing as I am, except online. So I thought, oh, does that mean Yuri's a Redditor? So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that. What kinds of other things are you into? Like genres? I don't know, like anything, even if it's not literature. Literature? Just things you would think are dumb. Larry pauses, and a look of concern on her face. How about I tell you something I'm into, and then you can tell me about something you're into? Ah, this little strategy. I tell you things, so you tell me things. I use this all the time to manipulate people. It sounds horrible when I word it like that, but it's a manipulation tactic. If you want information, you could just be like, do this. Now you gotta tell me. Although, when I say it out loud, the easy way of avoiding it is literally just not caring. Man. My childhood. I suppose that would be okay. Okay. Well, I'm pretty into like crafty things. Like making cute little colleagues of decorating things like cars or jewelry, boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends, but then I put it off till last minute. I don't know why I paused there for a minute. So yeah, that's something kind of silly that I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much. It's just that you'll be surprised of how much you could do with scissors and glue and stuff. So I have to share something that I'm into, right? Sayuri nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monica, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck in here with me now. I'm not. Oh, yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the literature club. There, now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. Also, you're supposed to have a vote, you can't just, I guess there's only 3 other people. I'm sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward having gotten cut off. It's like going out into the woods or to the park. Just places where you can walk or sit and not have any people around. It's peaceful. Just nice to kind of remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. When did you like to do that? It depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Wow, I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do if you don't let it slip through your fingers. three continue their conversation, lead primary by Sayori, but with Monica chiming in every now and then as well. Monica had intended to leave it to Sayori and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult not to join. Before she knew it, at the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So are you two going to be starting on that book the next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Sayori beams. Yuri collects her stuff. It's always with Sayori beaming. That's like such a common like thing. I can't think of the words. But ironic because it's a literature game. But it's always Sayori beams. I don't know how many times it says that, but it says that so many times. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monica with a gentle smile. Bye! As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monica are left in the classroom or club room. Sayori, you are a lifesaver. I didn't do anything. I just talked. Still, besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy towards other people like that. Oh yeah, this is the same day where you broke down. I forgot. She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time in here with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the book with her next meeting? I'm kind of scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. Awesome. Next day, I'm assuming. Yep. Another school day. It's so the pacing is usually 2 days per chapter, so we're going through like 4 days per video. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she's surprised to find only Sayori in the club room. Where's Monica? She's slacking? It's club time again! Monica went to the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay? Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. Also unable to show herself on the screen. Oh, there she is. Yeah, I'm sorry about yesterday. Sayori tilts her head, unsure of exactly what Yuri is talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books and how you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Well, still, I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Huh? Why? Oh, why'd you say that? You didn't want to read it to begin with. Just kind of like roll with it, being like, well, okay, if you really feel that way, we could do something else. Because I know that you're just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested. Okay, after being thrown that, I would have definitely been like, bitch, give me that book. Let's get to reading. And then as soon as I get to the first page, I'm like, T? I'm good. And she's like, that's the. How do you just dumb? If you, I didn't even read the other line. Oh, that wasn't important. If you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided that I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. Stop lying to me! Well, the thing is that we don't have any club activities yet. I mean, Monica and I have been working on recruitment stuff mostly, so it just sounded like something fun we could do together, reading your books. You know, like a club activity. That would be okay, right? You know, actual club activities, which I'm surprised this game never even talked about. Then again, it was mainly about poems, and it never came up. But actual activities for literature clubs is a book get-together. That's all the time. That's the only literature club I ever seen in real life is literally book club get-togethers, where you just see in the library a circle of people being like, talking. I never knew what they were saying because it was behind glass, so it just looked like a lot of people. And the only things I heard is them talking about a story about... I remember the teacher came out to me and he was like, join the club. We are talking about this book and it's about this. It's really interesting. And I was just like trying to like read, or not even read. I was trying to eat or something or buy something at the store because that's where the library was. So I was just like, sure. I think she was talking about like some story about some kid who can't remember faces and then another girl and they were trying to get together. I don't remember. If that ever rings bells to you and you know exactly what book I'm talking about, tell me. Maybe I will read it since I'm not in my youth and I'm not ignorant about books anymore. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I won't read it. So that's all I remember about that conversation. But that's usually what literature clubs would do. It's just all of them read the same book overnight and then they'll discuss it the next day. Whereas this game never really talked about it. That would be a club activity rather than writing poems. Why am I being so resistant to this anyways? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Sorry, put your desk up to Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sari reads the cover of the book. Dusk Bell. Sounds like a Pokemon. Part of one of the Everlast Saga. If a book ever says that, I'm turning away. Part of this saga. It's like, oh, okay. That seems like a dedication book. I'm not dedicated. It's Dusk Bell by Annabella. Sorry, I'm ready now. Oh, right. I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Well, it's useful to draw things out sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just taking notes. Dedicated reader. That's not right. Dedicated reader. I would have just Googled that stuff if I was interested or watched the video. I don't think I ever took notes on books. James Camrell hates Kim. Then again, I'm not good at reading books in general. I'll just get lost in my thoughts. Notes? Hey, yeah, that's an effective strategy for doing work. Exactly. I'm sure it'll be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Sari's joke fell completely over Yuri's head. But thinking about it, she decided that it's probably for the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company though through this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible. Hey, you know what? Yuri sounds down to earth with that. I wouldn't probably befriend her if it was real. I'll just been like, I don't know. Might find some excuse to get out of it. I trust you. You're super. God, I keep saying things like that. And it's making me seem like a dick. I'm not. I promise. I'm really nice. But saying that means the opposite. Fuck. What I'm trying to say is, if I was in school, that's what I would have done. Because I didn't want to talk to people. Because school was a miserable time. I never liked being there. So I didn't really try to connect with people. I connected to people, but I didn't really try to meet new people. People just met me, and I was like, okay, hi. You're like super smart. Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile and light brush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things I have lots of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. That's why I should touch grass, but that's a different subject. That should be evident enough from the 2 days I've spent here so far. So in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes off as smart, especially you. No! Sari rubs her cheeks against Yuri's. Oh, that's all close. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Anyways, would you like to get started? Okay. After the minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sari through the basics of a fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of her details, the races, Jesus, what is this, Lord of the Rings? I guess those books were big. Tolkien made them huge. Factions, histories, elements of magic. The more questions Sari seems to have. But despite Sari's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her through in the way in the way such that it's fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is the one Yuri finds her passion leaning towards. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like an exact opposite of kind of writing that I do. What kind of writing? Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are about putting down the feelings and that come into my head, you know. But this is like, there's so much planning and hard work. It's actually not hard. I know a lot of clever people. Kind of insane to just hear someone just being like, oh, this, and I'm like, whoa. Now that is a story. I don't know why I bring that up. Oh, you're into poetry? I think that is an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works, like poetry and folk songs. No way! Yuri giggles, filling Sayori's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she heard Yuri giggle or Yuri laugh. It means Yuri's must be having fun. Anyways, I think we can get started reading now if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Sorry, jolts Yuri is patient into her notes. Hey, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Sorry, flips through the first pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. I wish when that popped up, the music slowly faded as it actually got silent. But the silence only lasts for a moment before Sari speaks up again. What does vindicate mean? Oh, well, in this context, it essentially means that he was proven innocent. Is it okay to ask questions, right? Of course. You know, I didn't know I was going to be teamed up with a dumbass, but sure, ask questions. Sari turns the page. Are these footnotes? It's a lot of dialogue, has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. The two continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expressions remain unchanged. Meanwhile, Sarah's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up until now, her expressions had been reserved, with Sayori easily navigating social saturations in Sayori, and I don't know why I keep saying Sayori for Yuri, and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned. Wait, what are they talking about, the past right now or the present? Where? Right here. They were talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing the flashback that Barons is having. Yeah, these are the type of books that I'll get fucking lost in, but the problem here is I never asked anyone. I was like, what is this? I'd just be like, I'll just be reading it and I'll be like, I honestly don't know what the fuck just happened. Cthulhu and then like, I don't know, Jesus. Was that a flashback? Were they bros? That's why I felt like reading Stephen King. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Sari rubs her temples. Temples. The two of them continue, with Sayori asking fewer questions. He begins to understand the value in the notes. He finds herself referring to them somewhat often, and then even adding to them. But her reductance in questions comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her feeling that she'll come across as stupid. Yup. Been there before. Kind of like how when you don't raise your hand when the teacher asks you questions, because you know you're going to get the answer wrong. At least Sayori reaches the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now. Okay. Sayori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far. Damn. Yuri's like, I'm already on chapter 10. How are you this slow? So what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayori tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me this long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how you're getting that you're into it. It makes me want to keep going and doing my best. I can see what you. I wish I could speak, so I could see in the way that you do. The relaxation in Yuri's expressions fade. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We could continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses, then shakes her head. We could do something else tomorrow. But I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore. That's all. Jesus, I made up my mind. I'm sorry that I made you. I'm sorry that I made you, but what my mom said. Yuri leaves. You weren't making me. Sayori is left alone with her words. How did this happen? We were having fun just a second ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid and I hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusted me with this. The only thing I'm good at, and I messed it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at the desk spread of notes. The book sits next to them. Great. If she wasn't coming back, she would have left her. She wouldn't have left her book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. Ugh, this is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough? I'll probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. I'm dying, my throat. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would have been having so much more fun. I need to do better for her. Oh, how's the end? Alright, side story 2, part 2. Let's just instantly jump into it. Let's go. I need to take a sip of my water before the next thing was. For the first time, sorry. It's the first time to the club room. Let's go. Anxiety courses there relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Sitting at the desk, she stamps her feet in the attempt to calm down. Not calming down, that sounds like gamer rage. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can make Yuri happy, but my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just a disappointment. Sayori continues to wrestle with herself. I'm dying. That was a stupid stunt. Self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. My eyes are watering. Minutes pass, and nobody enters the club room. Not Yuri or Monica. Is this like the next day? I couldn't pay attention when I was dying. Gosh, I am so late. Okay, it's the next day. Why did I offer to help those other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. I'm going to leave such a bad impression on our new club member. Like Yuri, if I'm not the first one there. Monica rounds the corner, approaching the club room. As she does so, Yuri? Yuri jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. She's sitting outside the club room against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me, did? The door to the club room is open. It's not. Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. I just hate that bitch inside. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was wondering if I could help you today instead. Wow, dang. Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff? Yes. Monica is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking all of a sudden when she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did they not get along after all? Monica looks at the club room herself to see Sayori sit alone inside. Okay, it's kind of a simple job, but I'll be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monica is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself to whatever conflict there may be arise, which I like how these are kind of like making those dotted points that you see along the game. Like Monica never intervened with Natsuki and Yuri yelling. She was just kind of like, oh. It's a little ironic. She realizes that she could have been conflict avoiding after having been in a debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have copies of the new flyers and then go around the billboards and replace the old ones with the new ones. Yuri nods and the two set off. Kind of abandoning Sayori back there. She's just gonna be in there alone like, where the fuck is everyone? The two walk in silence. Without Sayori, Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up a conversation. So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monica tenses up at the brain not working. The stint conversation. How the heck does Sayori do it? I'm sorry, I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight into the computer lab to work on the flyers. Sayori told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But you know, it's kind of stupid of me because I'm just immediately intimidated by things I'm not good at. It's just silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's cool that you're able to get Sayori into it. It's like a club is working. The club is working, and I'm really happy about it. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it, and I'm stupid for forcing her into it. Or I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri feels silent again, as if she started her thoughts, but can't figure it out how to continue it. I had to speak like that because my brain was slowing down once again. My brain like works in cogs. It goes fast and then slows down and then works fast. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence, then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't have been complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcomed. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcomed. Too welcomed, I guess. It's not an issue with the club. It's just an issue with me. I feel so wrong to inconvenience you with it. Ah. Monica pauses and thinks. Why is every person entering my club room a fuck up? They always have issues. God damn, can't you just be fucking normal? I'm sorry. Well, what if I put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people join this club, hopefully anyway. And learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with club activities that everyone could be happy with. That everyone could be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course. I need to be looking out for everyone. Otherwise, what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monica that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted this about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How is it easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversations about arbitrary topics? I don't know. I don't talk to people. I wouldn't know the answer. I just talk. If anything, I would feel inclined to talk to people if I felt the need, but I don't usually feel the need. I could talk for hours about the things that I'm into. Unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. Or for everyone else, they just have no idea what to say. So I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of or taken pity on. And Sayori fell into the third category. What? Hold on. You're saying that Sayori is taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me, or you don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sounds like a breakup. Sayori is too nice to me. I'm so stupid in not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed her onto her. Nobody deserves to be put through themselves through that kind of discomfort. Just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, Sayori was like, fuck you! Conversation. The two stopped short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversations over their original task. Monica looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down with her fist clenched. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. You're pathetic. But Sayori is different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure she's trying to do. I don't think I probably actually read that correctly, and I too late to go back to history because I forgot the buttons. The only button I know is A. So, if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has one person always trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry, I'm making myself sound so... No, I think I'm starting to understand. I don't know. I was trying to think of something funny to say, and I couldn't think of anything. Monica hesitates to finish her thoughts out loud. It's something that Sayori would be able to say better. Sayori is someone who would give anyone however much kindness they are need in order to smile. But Yuri, who is a difficulty accepting kindness, must be driven Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness, furthering and calibrating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but the issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayori wants to be your friend, I promise you that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too, but good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to have good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My head is just... It's so resistant to everything. I'm pushing some kind of person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of the circle I'm creating myself in. I think I'm afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn into a weird venting session, but I understand now that I just need to communicate with her. You're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This is the kind of critical thinking is someone that I'm really bad at. Or is something that I'm really bad at. You know, about people. So thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. Almost said Sayori again. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monica's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. And then darkness overcomes them, and they are no longer seen again. Yuri and Monica finish replacing the old flyers with the new ones. This took several hours, and Sayori left the club room thinking it got canceled, because it doesn't take like 2 minutes. That takes a lot longer, depending on the school size. But even then, it should be like at least an hour. More accurately, Monica mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club room once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never gonna feel confident though, or confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri starts towards the door, but then turns to face Monica. You're not just gonna walk outside, are you? Or just wait outside, are you? I could take a walk. You want me to go get coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own, though, so please don't worry about it. Although, I suppose that the one downside of reading here is the club rather... I don't know what the fuck's going on. Although, I suppose that one downside of reading here in the club, rather than at home, I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this. You know, maybe, there's no maybe. I don't know why I'm saying maybe. You know, now that you mention it, I bet we can get permission to keep stuff for tea in the club room. You know, you can use it like an electric kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. That would be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monica waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lays before her. But it must be done. Taking one deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the clubroom door. Yuri! Wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. Sayori shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers, her words silently caught in her throat. At the moment, she realizes how Sayori has been spending her afternoon. I was expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first. but I got most of the way through it. And look, Sayori holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes, beautifully produced with indentions, categories, and even color coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. Damn. You idiots! I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, so I've been trying to been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri, stop. Just be fucking I can't remember that meme. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Sayori's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response she was expecting. I'm sorry. Sayori looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand if I did something wrong. Please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like that kind of reading, it's okay. Please tell me. I don't need to be treated differently because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want to be... I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought if I did something together that you will really like. I don't want your pity. What did I do that for? Why did I do that? Fuck. Fuck. Sayori's like, well, fuck you. I guess. Rips up the book. Yuri shrinks in her knees. Or sinks in her knees. Her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This is how it's supposed to go. Why is it so hard to articulate your thoughts? Why did you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with eternal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayori or the rest of the world. She should have left. She just escaped from here before Monica sees her like this. And before Sayori tells Monica what she did. Before Yuri can put any strength in her legs, he feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around from behind. Whoa! Nice artwork. Once again, nice artwork. I love how each part 2 has like really really nicely done artwork. Gotta appreciate it. Also, that desk is like really scratched up. Jesus, all the way in over there. For me, it's over here. But for you guys, since I'm like opposite, like the desk all the way over there. I'm not sure if I'm looking at it. It's okay. Sayori whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through a clutched throat, trying with all of her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand that the things you're feeling in your head are different, are different from the things that you're trying to say. I know it must be what you're feeling right now. I promise I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings, and we'll talk them together, okay? Yuri sniffles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts, then speaks while steadying her voice. I think I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like anyone who's trying to be nice to me is doing it out of pity. I'm so horrible with people, so it makes me not want to believe them, or believe that someone could actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue. I get so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that was finally my chance to make friends through my interests. But because my interests are the only things I know how to talk about, it's all I have going for me. But then whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessed in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person. How am I supposed to be expected to that? How am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, but feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Sayori, who can feel Yuri's breath rising and fall beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you were so great at helping me while we were reading. So I'll help you with the things that you need too. But I feel like it would be frustrating for you with how much patience I required sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about you while we were reading. I was so afraid that you got frustrated with me. But I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning by how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know, but my irrational fears won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah, irrational fears. Well, there's no way you could be frustrated. There's no way that you could frustrate me, because I already like you I already like you as the person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise that's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you really consider it in your own way. Worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kind of weird in a literature club, haha. But it's the best part that we're all different, and we all have different interests. Like about the book. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise that's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to make a mistake, or try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we could never discover new things if we don't try them at first, right? I want to learn the reason that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I could say that. But I will be glad that I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart, and I want that to rub off on me. Yuri fights back a smile at the comment. Oh, that's kind of cute. They actually have like a little wiggly smile. Although the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caress of Sayori's arms. Your hair is pretty. I always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off. Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sayori, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It must be difficult for her to relax around other people, but if the literature club can make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were continue reading? That's what I wanted to hear. But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended. Of course! I'm not gonna judge anything this early on, though, so we'll just have to see what happens. Oh, and, it's not good to touch people without their consent first. Fuck you. I'm gonna have to call the principal. We're gonna have to resolve this, because, I felt personally attacked. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't. I mean, it's supposed to be kind of nice. I was just saying. I'm back. Monika's back. I haven't seen you at all recently. Sayori trots over to Monika. Ah, she whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Sure, Sayori. Sayori wraps her arms around Monika. Oh yeah, Yuri, might be good to know. Sayori can be kind of a hug monster. Oh. Hey, don't call me a monster. Artemis is a monster, and if he inherits the kingdom, he could spell disaster. Wow. I don't know why, but when they say Artemis, my brain was thinking of Atreus, and I was like, God of War? And I was like, no, that's Atreus. Really, my brain was wrapping around that for some reason. Yuri laughs. Monika, perplexed, looks between the two of them, then smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first real activity as the literature club. About that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think it'll be inconsiderate of me not to return the favor to you and learn about the things you like. Yes! Do you like poetry? I guess you did it. They all fucking died. Yuri smiles. Suicide was the answer. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got a new still. Let's look at... Oh, I forgot I got this. Understanding. And then Sayori. Finish understanding part 2. I got a more complicated Sayori background that I'm never going to use. So I got a new thing. I still got some poems missing. Whose poems do I don't have? I know it's not from the main game. There's the next still. There's a lot of these left. Jesus. Okay, yeah, that's all of them pretty much. Alright. So, yeah, telling how this one and the last episode is both ending at 55 minutes for me. These are probably much 40 or 50-ish minute videos. But, yeah, that's part 2. And the next episode, we'll be dealing with respect. So that's gonna be Natsuki joining, and I guess it's gonna be mainly about Monica being like, "Oh, you're weird." It's sorry, but yeah. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next part. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.